Assalamu alaikum friends, and welcome to my presentation. Today we are going to evaluate Leeds University website for our heuristic evaluation. My name is Iqbal and let's get started. So first of all, we will be discussing some major good and bad points, then move on to our next section. So by looking at the website at a glance, the main navigation for home seems to be very congested and uncomfortable to use. For example, there is no clue that these main menus, links are expandable or drop down menu until someone gets there. If we go to the second level of the menu, the links are expandable, but still there is no clue, or one will not know that if they are expandable or not expandable. Similar is the case with the third level of navigation, which is the same, no arrow or icon whatsoever used to let the user know that it has third level of menus inside this, which is a very odd. Next, if we go to the main slider images, which is usually used for advertisement and call to action, but in our case the images have no links attached to them. To me, the images are irrelevant to text. For example, the first image is about engineering, as you can see, but there is no relevance in wearing a mask and engineering. Similarly, all the images are just snaps in the university or in the study environment that does not relate with the text of the images. Here is another example without showing any relevancy with the text. The images also do not have any call to action or links to go which can be further clicked by the user. Excuse me. And to me, or it's very conventional these days that you click the banner image and go to that relevant page, but this is not the case here, which seems very strange. Same is the case with these smaller banners. They are just hilarious. They should meant to be motivational images. By looking at them, one can think that how easy to pass the graduate program, seems like that, and then the graduate programs to be a joke that she is laughing at. So these do not support the text written on them. Scrolling further down, we meet the social media placements. Placing social media posts and banners in the same section are a kind of distracting. As seen from the user point of view, it's not clear where the user have to go. I mean, the all ads, when they slide in motion with the same timings, they don't look good and they are not convenient for the users to go through. Maybe they just want to fill the gaps, but these are not in the right places. Also, there are some areas where the text is overlapping, as you can see, like this, for example, where the footer text next to the social content is overlapping and cannot be read clearly. We will be discussing this. So now let's get a generic evaluation of the website, which is mainly an overview before going to our final heuristic evaluation. So first is the navigation. In navigation, we analyze the website for clear understanding navigation. Are the links are broken? Do the external link works, etc. Once again, our website main navigation is cluttered, as I mentioned before, not easy to understand. For instance, in admission menu, only valid option seems to me is the under the admission procedures. while the other menus on the left and right hand sides have no meaning to be placed here in the admission section, and they should be removed. Similarly, if we look at the life at Leeds menu, user expect to get info about the student life in the campus or so, rather than get to know about the directors and the offices. Same with the case of the contact us. There are too many options, and I don't know why the online application and fee structure option is here. Rather than here, it should be placed somewhere else. Contact us is used to give the users a way of communication, and it doesn't seem to be fulfilled. Objectives tell us what the website is built for, its purpose, its motive. By looking at our website, its purpose is clear. Definitely that looks like a university website. But there is no mission statement or CEO's messages or motivation quote or the mission the university has to follow is not been implemented here. Next is the coverage. By coverage means is the information relevant to the site, the content is relevant to the information, whether the images used are appropriate and relevant to the topical information, do they support the content or not. That's we already have been discussed earlier that the main slider we saw earlier, the images has no relevancy with the text. Same is true for the smaller banner sections. Writing style. Writing style tells us the language used on the website is appropriate for the intended audience or not. Is there any typo errors or the text where we can see the when the site has been last updated. So evaluating our website, I found no typo errors and an impropriate language, although there is no date mentioned that when the site has been last updated, but that is not necessary, not absolutely necessary. So now we have covered the basics. Let's start with the heuristic evaluation in actual. We will be discussing 10 points as described by the Nielsen heuristic evaluation process. Start at the number 1. We have on the number 1 we have visibility of system status. So what does it means? It means if the user get informed all the time what is happening during the interaction with the website. For example, we can see that a mobile app is trying to load the content while displaying the user a loading animation. While same we can see with the breadcrumbs usually used on the website to know where the user is now on the page. For example, here we can see the user is on chairs page, so he can track easily where he is on the website. Similar is the case with the shopping cart, where the processes or the steps of the shopping area are visible to the user, that where he has to go and where he is now. For example, in this case the user is clearly be seen in the confirmation page, and the steps are showing clearly the way, the path the user has to go. Coming to our website, as we are just evaluating the home page and we are not going deep or into any other page for evaluation, so this doesn't apply here. On number 2, we have the match between system and the real world. Now it is clear that we are talking to the machine, but we are humans, so our interaction is human, and we expect that the machine will speak a human language or the website will speak a human language. So one can see that the terms are used throughout the website are easy to understandable, are they in the human language, is it clear when the icons are links or like that, is it clear what the search and browse options are, etc. The language in our website is luckily human, but a user might confuse while dealing with the main navigation, as I did mention earlier about no clue, no icon in the menu that they are clickable or they are expandable or whatsoever. We will address this later. On number 3, we have user control and freedom. So user often choose system functions by mistake and will need a clearly marked exit or where to leave or go through the extended dialog, so he can redo or undo the process into which he has stuck. User can easily move through the search result, for example. The navigation is clear. Applying this to our website, users can find easily home button or come back to home by clicking the logo, and there is no form filling or actionable thing on the home page, as we are dealing just with the home page and not going deep. So it doesn't have any function like that, and there is no need to, because there is no form or actionable or doable performed which can go wrong. Moving on to the number 4, which is consistency and standards. Now, if we are going to develop or analyzing a website that is very beautiful, it should also have consistency and standards to be followed. For example, user should not have to worry about different words and situations that could have different meanings. So, for example, where the format is consistent throughout the website, terms used made sensible and are consistent. Does the site comply with the conventions, such as if the link is there, it should look like a link. So the rule of thumb here is don't reinvent the wheel, but reuse the things. If we go to our website, let me quickly show what I mean. So this is, I mentioned earlier, the home navigation is congested and not in the proper layout. So in the before and after screenshots, you can clearly see what I mean. By just placing the home navigation below the top bar near to the banners, it's spaced along, and you can clearly see that it make a huge impact. And the main navigation is now looks like it's a main navigation, and the little menus look like they are top bar menu items. Now the emphasis is more on the navigation. Similarly, if arrows or any visual clue or icon added in the menu that are expandable make much more sense to the user. Scrolling further down on the home page, we can see that all social media and the ads are inserted into a single section, which is, in my opinion, is not a standard. So my recommendation is they should be at the end of the footer or near the footer. If someone is interested in checking out their social media contents or accounts, he can do so. It's look very obstructing to see all the sliders moving all the time at the single section. Moving on, next we have a subsection where the faculties are written, but instead of departments or faculty names, we are seeing few persons' names, which is very unconventional, which is not a standard to follow. So many suggestion is to either place it in the main navigation or make the faculties link to all departments or so. Now here is the severity level 3 problem, which is very strange. If you further scroll down to the home page, near the bottom of the footer, we can see another home page which looks like say home page inside a home page. I know this is very confusing to me and you when I first looked at it. I mean, there is whole new navigation inside the home page, and that's to be removed on priority. The tabs you are looking at, furthermore, I clicked on the tabs and came to know that the charter option and the scholarship options are empty. They are left empty, no content is written inside these tabs. So I don't know whether they are in the middle of something, but it's very inconsistent and do not match with the layout of the home page. At number 5 we have error prevention, and error prevention is better than the error if we have stuck in any error. For example, if you want to delete some items from a mobile, you can see that it pops up a dialog message that are you sure to want this delete this item or not. So there is a confirmation that before something goes wrong, we can double check the things. So again, if I apply this to our website, we are just analyzing the home page of the website. So there is no form on the website home page or error happening that need to be addressed. So I will just on this. Recognition rather than recall. This is a evaluation of our cognition system, whether the user memory load by making objects, or do they remember automatically in the user's memory. So providing users with additional browsing techniques ensures successful searching. The website should not require user to remember information from previous page to perform tasks. For instance, a meaning or list is provided on each page, highlighting the possible options to users, which is in our case, in our website, is available at each page. So there is no issue found. On number 7 is the flexibility and efficiency of use. So these are the shortcuts. Flexibility and efficiency use the shortcuts that speed up the interaction. For example, ease of searching and browsing methods ensures users will visit more than once. Users can easily browse the collection of categories. Image can be enlarged, zoom out or zoom in, for example, which we see in most of our daily life websites. Comparing this to our website, in our case, the home page doesn't have any actionable or interaction that need to be speed up or shortcut. The website is flexible in terms of adopting different screen sizes. That means it is responsible, and that means it dynamically changes the layout when opened on a mobile device or at a different device. On number 8, we have aesthetic and minimal design. The user interface design is one of the most aspects of a website. Users should be able to view readable text and relevant information, so their research experience is much faster and easier. In our case, the website has simple and clean and minimal design. It uses readable fonts, and carefully colors are being chosen that they are easy to read for all type of users. Next, on number 9 is the help user recognize, diagnose and recover from errors. It's important to keep the user informed when no items can be located on the website you are looking for, or they can take the advantage of search options and the result of the search indicate when no results are found. It will be better than showing a blank page. So error messages should be expressed in plain language, precisely indicating the problem, so the user can recover and feel comfortable with interaction with the website. So a message is displayed when a collection contains no item. Our subject website is built on WordPress. WordPress is a very popular platform and is a very robust system, and it has all the necessary error preventions built in, such as the 403 or 404 type errors, which are usually common. And the last, at the number 10, we have the help and documentation. So even though the system exists or system can be used without any documentation, I mean any of us can use website without the proper documentation, but it may need provide us some help. Such information should be easy to search, focused on user tasks, etc. Providing user content information allows opportunities for feedback from the viewers also. The feedback can provide excellent suggestions for increasing viewer numbers. Asking users for feedback is an important way to update our website and to repair any fixed errors if they are reported. For example, a contact email address in the footer is a way of communication. The user can contact the website administrator or website owner or the staff to give the feedback or to communicate with them. In our case at the Leeds University, looking at the home page, the contact info is there in the footer with the telephone numbers and all the info, but the general inquiry email is missing, which is a must. So only admissions inquiry is there, which is not suitable for every kind of user. And also there is no search feature on the home page or the button available, which feels very missing to the website. So it would be nice to add search bar or search button where the contents can easily be searched, so the user can feel more homely to interact with the website. So that's all about the today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Iqbal signing off. Allah Hafiz.